How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We are alive. We are fabulous. And if you are not fabulous, you better up your game and get fabulous. Come on. Good. I hope everybody's having a great week, a great weekend. I just want to start off this morning with what should we start with? Got a ton of things I want to get into. I'm going to get cut off early like I always do. So let's see. I did want to, for those of you that didn't see my email yesterday, this is just a really, really quick point, right? So first of all, the Bucks, way to go, Bucks. Happy, great job. But I also wanted to point something out for those of you who don't realize. So I've shared this same post on my Facebook. It's got over 5,000 engagements and over like 70 to 80 comments. And you should see some of the you can tell who's not a Bucks fan and who is. But the non-Bucks fans completely miss the point of this message and go, well, he's just as arrogant. He's an asshole for doing it. And blah, 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 blah. And the refs are like, you missed the entire point. The entire point of this is if your perspective was just watching it, and I was just as guilty. I've watched football. I've seen, I know Tyreek Hill. I know what he's done. For those of you who don't know, Tyreek Hill, the guy who Antoine Winfield Jr., the Bucks player, is sitting in his face going like that too. 10 weeks ago, 71 days to be exact, that's what happened to Antoine Winfield Jr. He got burnt. Tyreek Hill, see you. Tyreek Hill has done that 15, 20, 25 times to multiple other defenders all over the NFL. He even got fined last year for it, saying that it was unsportsmanlike. It was 19 grand that he got fined. They said it was unsportsmanlike for what he did. So this is just something that's an ongoing thing. But if your perspective was just watching the game, you've never seen any of that, this is all you see. Look at this arrogant little prick. Look what he did. That's so uncalled for. I cannot believe that you're winning. Why do you need to do that? But what you missed was 10 weeks earlier, 71 days ago, and then every other weekend playing football, this guy doing the same thing to everybody. And Antoine Winfield he stood up and he said, nope, no more. Guess what, baby? Gotcha. With a smile on his face. So your perspective is either your power or your prison. Your perspective of a situation is going to dictate how you feel about it. If your perspective was, look at this arrogant guy, what happens at the end? Do you think, well, the Bucks, yeah, but they were showboating, they were doing this, they were doing that. But when you flip the coin over and you look at the other side and you see that, wow, maybe he wasn't the arrogant one. Maybe he was the one who decided, I'm going to be a champion for everybody else who's been put down, who's been pushed to the side, who's been run over, who's been bullied by somebody who's basically throwing it in their face that he is literally the fastest man in football and he's just shoving it in your face. Maybe he's the one maybe Antoine Winfield is the one who's being a champion for those who have been put down, who's going to stand up and say, no more. Got you, buddy. Karma comes around. But your perspective is going to change how you view things and how you think of things. And then when you see something, that perspective is dictated by your thoughts and emotions. My thoughts and my emotions at first were, look at this guy, look at this arrogant guy. Completely uncalled for. Now you're getting a penalty. It was too late in the game for it to be a shift, but if it was earlier in the game, it probably would have been worse. But when I sat there and, again, flip the coin, look at the other side, and you see that there's a different perspective. I had a different thought, which created a different emotion, which created a different feeling, which created a different outlook, which changed my whole perception of the game, of the play, of everything. The same thing happens every day in your business. The same thing happens every day with your family. The same thing happens every day with somebody cutting you off in the road. It's your perspective of what happens. It's the thought and the emotion that comes out of you when something happens to you. It is the meaning that we attach to things that means something. It is not what happens to you. It is how you react to it. It is the meaning that gets attached to something. And that meaning is completely made up in our heads. Everything in your head is your perspective, not everybody else's. Everything in your head is your perspective, not what happened to you. It's how you viewed what happened to you, which is why you can have two people have two completely different responses to the same thing. Somebody who goes to war and comes back an amputee, loses an arm, loses a leg, says, my life is over, drinks himself and does drugs, doesn't get help, doesn't talk to people, and all of a sudden his life goes downhill and he ends up committing suicide or dying. But you can have somebody else that has the same experience, goes to war, is an amputee, loses an arm, loses a leg, said, that is not my defining moment. This is who I am. I can make a difference. The same things happened, but what is the meaning they attach to it? The same things happen to you, just on much smaller scales with everything that happens to you. You lose a deal. Oh my God, it's the end. I'm never going to make masters. I'm not going to get the income that I want. My kids aren't going to, I'm not going to be able to make my car payment. Oh my goodness. Your perspective just changes. But if you can take that and say, maybe that wasn't the best deal. I lost one deal one day, and then another deal the next day. Within a week, I had lost 5 deals, all canceled. 5, all canceled. By the end of the next week, I had double-sided 2 of them and got the rest of them under contract. So I got 5 canceled, but I ended up with 7 by the end of the next week. Which was better, the 5 or the 7 that I now have? But you have to choose to see it in that perspective. You have to choose to see that there's always a light on the other side. You have to choose to see that when I open this door, there's something better. And if you didn't catch it down here, so wow, how quickly our stories can completely change the directions of our thoughts and emotions. The story that you tell yourself about what you saw will completely change the direction of your thoughts and emotions. Don't be so attached to one story. Even a coin has 3 sides, heads, tails, and the edge. Did anybody catch what I did there? What's your normal story? Well, it's heads or tails. Just challenging your perspective, even in just something as simple as there's 3 sides to a coin. There is the heads, there is the tails, but there's also the edge around the outside. Which one is it? You get to choose. That's the power that we have. So just keep those things in mind. Your perspective is either your power or your prison. And the story that you tell yourself is going to dictate the outcomes that you get. Tell yourself a shitty story, you're going to get a shitty outcome. Tell yourself a more positive, empowering story, or ask yourself more positive, empowering questions, you're going to get a better outcome. You get to choose your perspective, so why not choose something great? So today we will talk about, really quickly, Zap leads. If you're not following up with them, if you're not going to do anything with some of your Zap leads, just release them to us. That way we can get them to somebody that will. Not a big deal. I don't care if there's somebody that you haven't talked to them, they haven't replied, they haven't responded, release them. We'll get them to somebody that will follow up with them, or partner with somebody, find a new agent that wants to follow up with stuff in your Zap that'll do that and pay you a referral fee for anything they convert. But if you're not going to do it, these consumers, right now, more consumers are interacting, engaging, and buying homes, so they should be getting talked to. Don't be so selfish-minded that you're looking at the small picture. There's a bigger picture here. Let's open it up and let's think in terms of the consumer rather than what's best for you, because it's not even best for you to not follow up with them. It's best if the consumer gets followed up with. Continuing education, just remember that that's coming up at the end of March. I know they did some extensions till the end of last year. So just make sure that your continuing educations, your license renewals, your business fees and everything are paid to the DBPR. If you have any questions about that, come and chat with us. The other thing that I want to touch on, I'm going to jump into 7 top things every top producer should be doing. But this green box, has anybody heard of the green box exercise? This is really, really something that you should do, and it's not real estate related, but it was so important when I saw it the other day, and it really made me think. I think it's something very, very powerful that every single one of us needs to do, no matter what your age, no matter what your health, no matter what you are. It's called the green box exercise. And what this exercise is you literally get a box. It doesn't have to be green, but it's just called a green box exercise, where you get all of your personal private information together. Let me ask you a question. And I'll use myself, that way it's not as morbid. Well, it'll still be morbid. I'm driving down the road. Somebody pulls out, and this just happened to my neighbor. He was driving, and somebody pulled out right in front of him, did not look. He hit, and he killed the person in the car. What if that happened? What if I was the one that pulled out, and I got hit, and I died? I manage all of the accounts for my family. My wife has an account. She takes care of that, but the joint accounts, I manage all of the insurance, all of the titles, all of the accounts, all of the insurance, all of the life insurance, all of the deeds, all the titles, all of the cars, all the payment. I handle all of that. Where all of our money is, where everything is, all of our investments, I do that. She has no idea. So on top of me no longer being around, do you think that she needs to be stressing and worrying about Where can I find this? How do I get that? Then dealing with people on the other side just doing their job, telling her they can't help her to get her access. You need to get court orders, and she's sitting there upset. And now make it real for yourself. Make it real. Put some emotion behind it for a reason that you need to do it. I picture my wife sitting there on the other side of a desk crying her eyes out because she can't get what she needs to make my family as whole as they can be now that I'm gone. And all that person is doing is their job, and they can't change that. And now we're at this standstill, and she's so upset, and she can't do anything. Can't even pay to bury me properly because she has no access to funds and doesn't know where anything is and can't sell anything, has to sell some. I never want that to happen. What this exercise does is it takes things and it puts them into one place where you put all of it together. It's basically your green box exercise. You're going to take computer and password login. So something as simple as that. She can't get into my computer because I have all the passwords and logins. And she knows some of them, but she shouldn't have to think about that and stress about that. So your computer passwords and logins, life insurance information, credit card statements. Take one credit card statement, whether it's the valid statement for right now or just one that's got the account number. Put your login and password into it. Get a copy of your passport, a copy of your birth certificate, a copy of your deeds and title for your car and all of those things. Any account that you have that's a revolving account, a credit card, a car payment, any of those things, get a statement, print it out online, put a login, put a password, put any of that, put a contact information, put it in there, get it into this green box. Have a will if you don't already have one, get a will put together. Power of attorney, get a power of attorney that is going to be directed to them. So even if some of these things get lost, they'll have that. Get a trust. Put that together. If you have any trust documents, any account statements, logins, passwords, like I mentioned, financial advisor contacts, tax accountants, a list of any of your trusted advisors, a list of the top closest people to you that you trust that you may have entrusted with other information that maybe they don't have, contact information for them, a list of people to contact and in what specific order if there is, people that need to be contacted and talked to, what some people should know and what some people shouldn't. If you have any secrets, put them in there. A list, your funeral instructions. What do you want? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be let out to sea? I mean, whatever you want. A mission statement. Basically, not writing your own epitaph. Don't write that. Don't write your eulogy, but write a mission statement. What do you stand for? What do you believe? Who are you? Something that really means something to you. Your directives, your values, your influences. Write those things down. Those are the things that are going to remind people of who you are. A final message to your loved ones, whether it's a letter or a video, and any mementos and instructions. And again, I'm sorry to be somber in this moment, but when I read this, it really hit me hard because I have none of this, nothing in any type of place, and I need to do that. And this is something that was actually exposed to me 2 years ago, and I still haven't done it, and I saw it again, and it really resonated. If you have a business, write down a list of your key employees, 5 most important employees with their strengths and weaknesses, the status of your business, your financial status, public status, mission statement of your business, directives, directions, things that you want to do, a clear plan for your future, what you were planning to do, what you wanted to do, and any deals in process or how to proceed with them if you have a different type of business or your real estate business is at a point where there's other things going on. So again, very, 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 very important. If you don't have anything like this, please take some time to start putting this together because this is something that will completely change the direction of how things proceed afterwards. It's already a tough enough time. So that's all gone. Shake it out, right? So. Sure, you can get attorneys to do whatever you want. You just need to start doing this. Like the will and everything, that's part of it. But you just need to start getting all this information together. This doesn't need, see, if I start telling you, go get a will, go have an attorney, go sit down, do a life estate, do a planning, you're not going to do it because that's pretty damn serious. That takes a lot. But if I just ask you to print some statements out, start writing some things down, get them together, put them into a safe, it's a little easier. So, and then as things progress, you'll realize that you need to go to the next step. It's the same reason I tell some of you to start with 30 minutes a day of prospecting rather than go out and do 2 hours a day. Talk to 2 people today rather than 20. Because if you start with that, you'll end up talking to 1 more. So I'm going to start you off with something simple. And then from there, you'll realize what needs to happen next because you start to come in contact with some other info. You heard a lot of people talk about things that every top agent should be doing. I'm going to breeze through these so we can get into everything else. I mentioned take control of your mind. If you do not have control of your mind, the message I sent out today was, when the enemy, if you have control of the enemy inside, the enemy outside cannot affect you. So get control of your mind. Your mind will be directed by the things that happen to you based on the meaning you associate to them. So as things happen to you, whatever state of mind you're in is how you're going to react. Sending a text message, the text message will be received by the emotions and the mood of the receiver. So if I say something, if I send a message to somebody like, holy shit, I just typed holy shit, they could take it as holy shit, something bad one, or holy shit, this is awesome. So it really depends on the mood that they receive. So depending on your mind is how you're going to receive everything that happens to you. How can you control your mind? Do different things. Take steps every day that are going to direct your mind's thoughts rather than being directed by everything going on around you. Be the director of your life, not the manager of your circumstances. If you do not get a direction for your mind, all you will be doing is managing the circumstances of your day, of your deals, and of your business. But you need to take specific actions to start directing your mind. Do you walk? Do you meditate? Do you work out? What do you do first thing in the morning? Do you pray? Do you read a Bible? Do you journal? Do you do whatever? Direct the thoughts in your mind so that when you step out into the day, you are in control rather than being controlled by the circumstances around you. Have consistent lead generation patterns in place. If you don't have business and you don't have consistent lead generation patterns every single day in place, or 2-3 days, if you're not going to do an hour a day, do 5 hours one day, whatever that is, if you do not have consistent, scheduled lead generation activities in place every single day, you will not be a top producer. The top producers are the ones that are doing that. Even if they don't think they're doing it, they are. Because they're on social media, typing away, commenting, saying, and they're creating that brand, and those are consistent, and they are lead generating because they're getting activities. They're calling their sphere. Even if they're just calling and talking to them about what they did this past weekend, it's reminding them because of the relationship they have that they're in the business and you need to refer a friend over. So have consistent lead generation patterns in place. That should be one of your key performance indicators. A KPI, key performance indicator. What are the things you need to do every single day so at the end of the day, you feel like you are fulfilled and you accomplished something and you did something and you're proud of yourself. Those are what key performance indicators are. So key performance indicators for me is walking in the morning, focusing on gratitude, focusing on goals, going to the gym, journaling, drinking nothing but water, eating healthy, journaling at the end of the day. So I give myself points. I started a point system for myself because I'm competitive. So I basically said there's 1 point or half a point for each one of those. My goal is to get to 10 points by the end of the day. If I don't get to 10 points, I feel like I let myself down a little bit, and I show up tomorrow and I come out harder. And now I get 12 points tomorrow. So just key performance indicators. What are the things for you? Those are for you specifically, but one of them in this business should be consistent lead generation patterns. Work with a good quality coach. If you are not holding yourself accountable, get with somebody that will. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a person in your office. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's just something where you write down everything you're going to do, and at the end of the day, you hold yourself accountable to everything you said you're going to do. But if you're not getting the results that you want, you should be working with a good quality coach. We are going to work with you to create some goals, to create some outcomes, to create some steps, to focus on key performance indicators, to know what it is that you need to do so that you feel like you're making progress every single day towards your goals. Work towards your goals daily. That's another thing. What are you doing every single day to get towards your goals? If I ask some of you that, I would not get a good answer because you don't know what the goals are. It's not a horrible thing. It's just not going to get you any closer. You're going to continue to be frustrated because the gap between where you think you should be and where you are is growing. So we need to figure out, what are you doing on a daily basis to work towards your goals? What are those goals? What is the reason that you want those goals? Where do we have them so you're focusing on them daily? And what are you doing every single day? You should do at least one thing to work towards your goals every single day. Exercise daily. This is just key with everything going on around us. It's part of being healthy. Do you realize the benefits of exercise? There's so many positive effects as far as your body, as far as your hormones, as far as nutritional, as far as your mental status. Have you ever seen somebody go to the gym and walk out of the gym, and as they're walking to their car, like, God, I wish I didn't go to the gym today. I feel horrible that I went. No. That's how you feel when you walk in, but then when you walk out, oh, so glad I went today. I was going to sit my ass on a couch and then eat another muffin or whatever it was, but I'm so glad that I went. And you feel much more positive. The endorphins that are released, the oxytocin, there's so many different hormones that are affected by you going to the gym that's just project you and propel you forward. Help someone else. You heard someone say this on the meeting, serve. Every single one of you that is doing something good, that is working positively, is helping someone else. Whether it's family and you're serving your family, another agent that you're helping them, or somebody that is your customer, whether it's a buyer or seller, you really take that seriously that you're helping them. Serving, reach back and help somebody else. Each one, teach one. The more that you can continue to do that, the two major needs of your soul that make us feel happy and fulfilled is contribution and growth. So if you're focusing on goals, doing something every single day, you will be growing and feeling like you're making progress. And if you are contributing, giving, serving, you will also feel better. Those are the things that really aren't measurable by anything else other than fulfillment. Track and measure your business. That's another thing. What are you doing? How often do you do it? What are the results you're getting? Do you need to do better at it? Do you need to schedule more? Do you need to prospect more? Are you getting the results you wanted? I wanted this, I did that. Some of you, I know that you want this by the end of the year and break it down into quarters. And we're talking about it every single month. So I've got this, 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 and this. And if I do this, I'll be at this by the end of the quarter. That's tracking. Measuring is what you're doing working. If you're not getting the results you want, then you're going to have to change some things. Okay, I'm going to stop because those are the main points that I wanted to get to. Good, we still have more than 10 minutes. You've heard the comments about some of the homes. If you have a listing coming on the market, I just want to reiterate, do not just put the listing on the market and just let it go. Do not put it on the market on Wednesday. Get multiple offers by Wednesday night or Thursday. Accept one of them and tell everybody else, sorry, too bad, so sad. You're not doing the seller any services by doing that. You are not helping yourself. You're not helping the industry. You're not helping the inventory. You're not helping the seller. You're not helping the buyer's agents. You're not helping anybody by doing that. It is completely self-serving for commission only. It's not even self-serving for our business because it doesn't give you any opportunities. If you have a listing coming on the market and we know that it's going to be a hot property, we should be putting it on the market on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, letting everybody know that all showings will occur from Thursday evening until Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. All offers are going to be requested by Sunday at 7 p.m. A decision will be made Monday, and everyone will be notified by Monday at 12 p.m. That's what should happen you should do an open house on Saturday, an open house on Sunday. You should knock on every door in that neighborhood before it actually, when it actually hits the market and is on MLS. You should be talking to every neighbor, inviting every neighbor. And then once it goes under contract to the highest and best offers, you go back around to the neighbors and say, I've got 15 other buyers that didn't get that home that really want to be in your neighborhood. Find every home that's like that, or maybe that has a pool if it was a pool home. Knock on every single door and just say, have that script with you. I've got 15 other buyers that really want to be in this neighborhood, fell in love with that home, couldn't get it. They were willing to pay over asking price. For the right price, would you consider selling your home? You might be surprised at the outcome. We might even be able to sell it prior to going on market. I personally think the best thing still would be to put it on the market, do exactly what we did there, market it out there for 7 days, get the absolute highest and best offer. I had multiple offers on a property that went online Wednesday. I had it by Wednesday evening. 2 of them cash over list price. If we would have accepted a cash over list price and been happy with $3,000 over list price, we would have done a good job for the seller. But if we wanted to do a phenomenal job for the seller, we waited till Saturday, got an offer that was a cash offer for $9,000 over the list price. So do you want to be great or do you want to be phenomenal? Do you want to do good or do you want to do phenomenal for your seller? That's the difference, and that's why we get paid the money that we get paid. You need to show up every day like that by doing that, providing the most amount of value with confidence that this is what you need to do, this is what you should do, this is how I handle my business, and I'd really appreciate you coming along for this ride because I'm going to put more money in your pocket than that other guy who told you he'll sell it for this. So just doing those things, that's what makes the difference in how we do business and how we can best serve our customers, our clients. Plus, if as a buyer's agent, do you want a home going on the market Wednesday, your buyer's seeing it Thursday, calling Thursday at noon and finding out that it's already under contract? How good does that make you look? Even though it's sold in a day, how good does that make you look that you missed it? Buyer's agent thinks that sometimes, even if they know that deep inside, there's a thought that says, man, why didn't they know sooner? Why couldn't we get in there? Why couldn't we send an offer before looking at it? Why didn't they call me last night and let me know? I know I just saw it, but still, they're the agent. That's what they're getting paid for. So we need to do the best we can for everybody that's involved. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're a buyer's agent, I really liked what I heard today about sending letters and videos. Letters do help and work. I've had sellers choose a property. We had over 12 offers. They chose one of them because it was down to 2 because there was a letter involved and it was a family and they were a family and they decided, I really want a good family to have this. I don't know who this other person is. This letter gave me a little bit more about who they were. So letters help. A video, send a video to the listing agent of you and it doesn't have to be of the dog like they said, but send a video of you and of the family. Show the property, and if you know that that's the one, stand out in front of the home or go back to the home and shoot a video out in front of it and start, just have them tell a story. Have them tell a heartfelt story about why they think they're the best person for this home. Especially since we know that communication is 7% words, 30% tonality, 55% body language. When you put them all together, you have 100%. So if you can do a video, you are communicating 100% of what you wanted to say. So keep that in mind. Those are some good tricks and tips to use. We hear the statement, awareness gives you flexibility, flexibility gives you options, and options gives you power. I'm going to tell you, Craig's not listening, is he? Wrong, but not completely. Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options. Options gives you potential power. It's not power until you do something with it. You have to have an action plan in place. So with all the power, it's just potential power. So potential is nothing until you use it. But with a solid potential, you can take a better action and get a better result. So just keep that in mind. Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options. Options gives you potential power. Now what are you going to do with it? You have to put it into action. You have to do something with it. See, before I jump, we got 9 minutes. Before I jump into listings, I want to make sure I hit everything here. New home sales prices. We have buyers. If you have buyers looking, get them out now, because new home sales prices at the end of the year, between then and the end of January, I've seen multiple buyers coming back and either posting on Facebook or talking to our agents saying, the price of the home that I wanted, that I was waiting for because I didn't buy it at the end of the year, went up $20,000 in 30 days. That's no BS. That's actually happening. In 30 days, they're going up 20 grand, and it's probably going to continue to happen every 30 days. There's going to be $5,000 to $15,000 or $20,000 increments in pricing because of the cost, like you were hearing him talk about, the cost of these building materials. So it's going to happen, and they have to have a plan in place. If they're delivering a home in 6 months, what's going to happen with those prices? They can't be committed to a project that's going to cost them more than what they can deliver it for. So they're going to have to make some adjustments, and they're overpricing things. And with new construction, your buyer doesn't have much option. And just quick reminder, mentioned on meeting, D.R. Horton pays 3%, 4% for multiple sales, 5% by the end of the year. If you've closed more than that, they give you a $1,000 bonus to give your clients. They give you a $1,000 bonus for doing other things as well. Lennar is at 1% for your first sale, 3% for your second. Ryan Homes is at $4,000 for your first sale. Actually, pretty much any sale, $4,000, unless it's over $500,000, it goes to $7,000. That's Ryan Homes. Some of them were actually less than that, but they're basically $4,000 if it's under $500,000. There's no increments. If you sell a second one, here you go, $4 grand, have fun. Sell a third one, oh yeah, thank you so much, here's $4,000. It's just the way they're doing it. They chose to do business. It is what it is. You have to think of it from their business perspective. Long term, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Short term, you heard D.R. Horton, 87% of our business comes from agents. So basically 87% of their business, they just gave themselves a at minimum $2,000 to $4,000 increase in profit. I get it, but in the long term, you don't want to piss off a community of people who generate sales for you to the tune of 87% of your sales. But it's happening. So keep those things in mind. We're going to go to listings now. If you have new listings, we can share them. I've got one from Kim Hodgkins. We'll connect with her. She's got a buyer. She has a buyer that is buying homes in Mira Bay. He contracted on some brand new construction homes with Park Square. These brand new construction homes are getting completed, one by the end of this month, another by the end of March, another by the end of June or July. And as they get completed, he's going to sell them, because in the beginning they sold their homes and he got a great price on them. So we have some brand new construction homes in Mira Bay on water with a dock, on a canal front home with a dock, that will be completed by the end of this month. That's this one that'll be done. So if you have any buyers that are interested in Mira Bay that are looking at new construction, there's really nothing left. Even what we had with the project in Mira Bay, they're pulling all of them off the market because of all of the costs that are incurring right now, and they're going to wait till it's completed and have a full-on sheet that he can say, okay, this is what I need out of it, because they're having too many issues with being able to project. So you can't buy any of those right now. You can buy this one, it'll be by the end of the month. You won't be able to contract till the end of the month, but you have a brand new home in Mira Bay that's going to have a dock on a canal that you can buy. And the address will be 5604 Seagrass. It's projected move-in date, and it'll be priced around $760,000. So if you have anybody, keep that in mind. Anybody else have any new listings that you want to share? That's 2,700 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and a 3-car garage. Anybody else? New listings coming up? It's under $300 a foot for brand new homes in Apollo Beach on the water. And it's crazy that we're saying that, because less than 6 months ago, there was nothing really at $300 a foot. Now there's homes between $300 and $360 a foot. We just had an agent put a home on the market in Apollo Beach, $360 a foot, just the basic 1,700 square foot home, $360 a foot with a pool on a canal, nice wide lot, great sunset views, listed at $360 a foot. $615,000 went over asking price in the first day. What are you going to do? But new listings, buyer wants, buyer needs. Kalani, what do you got? 2 new Mira Bay listings. I know we got one that's 3,600 square foot on a canal with a dock. Nearly everything inside has been done. New kitchen, new floors, new baths, new paint. They've basically done everything. It does not have a pool, but it is waterfront with a dock with 200 some foot of water frontage or something like that.
180 square foot of waterfront. It's one of the corner
linear
lots.
Feet.
So
linear feet.
Yes. So on the side of
Yep.
they have all the dolphins feeding and great sunset views.
Hold that a
Plenty
little
of room
closer.
in the backyard for a pool. There's no pool yet, though.
Yep, that's okay. So what's the price of that one going to be?
Probably around $785.
So $785. You can have a brand new home at 2,600 square foot, or a home that's been fully updated and done beautifully with the same fee for 3,700, a whole 1,000 square foot more.
Mm-hmm.
You can have something like that. You've got options. So Mira Bay, great community.
Yep. And
what's the other one?
Another one, similar square footage, 3,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, all that. Interior lot though. So
Okay.
that one we're thinking of listing $499.
Okay.
No pool, but a huge backyard ready for a pool.
So basically 3,800 square foot in Mira Bay on an interior lot, not on the water, for under $500,000. Resort style amenities, beautiful, excellent. Kim's property. I'm not sure can you finish the question, because Kim's property doesn't really help me too much. It was 2,700 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage on a dock, or on waterfront with a dock. Brand new construction will be done by the end of this month. It'll be $760 is what the price was going to be for Kim Hodgkins. Reach out to Kim Hodgkins. If you have any buyers that can't find what they want in Mira Bay waterfront, reach out to Kim Hodgkins. She'll have 2 or 3 coming up in the next 3 months. Any other new listings? You put a new listing on the market. Is it sold yet? Basically, so 1,600 square foot, 240 or so, and went on the market the other day, basically under contract already. Already got multiple offers. Anybody else? New listings, buyer wants, buyer needs. Any other feedback, questions? No? Okay. We are working on our top agent event. It's difficult to coordinate just with everything going on, so we're just trying to be cognizant of getting people together, doing it the safe way, doing it the correct way. So we're still working on coordinating that. For any of you who had your 2 deals per month, 6 deals in a quarter, or $25,000 in GCC for the quarter. So that will be coming up sometime soon. We're working on that. I really liked the less than a minute left, so I really like the 3 C's. What does a diamond need? Color, clarity. What do you need? Competence, confidence, and calmness. So you're just like a diamond. You need those 3 C's as well. That was something I really like. Paramount Title will get some emails out for their classes, and just upgrade everything in your life. I love Thomas's statement. Upgrade everything in your life. Upgrade everything. Upgrade the way you look, upgrade the way you work, upgrade your schedule. Take everything one level up, one step up. Like level up everything that you do. One step, just 2 millimeters. Because 2 millimeters today turns into 4 tomorrow, turns into 6 the next day, 8, and next thing you know, you have made huge amounts of progress. So level up everything you do, upgrade your entire life. And if you're not getting what you want out of it, meet with someone like myself or someone else. We can help coach you through that. And then the last question is, what are you doing with your 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.? If you're not getting everything you want in your business and your life, what are you doing with your 6 to 2? Everybody works the 9 to 5.